everyone. Hi. Thank you. Yeah, you guys have been so awesome. I mean, hi, I'm Felicia. I am an actress, I'm a producer, and also a presenter at a non-profit organization called Hai Hao Ma. Before I start, can I just ask if it's okay if I share certain parts of my life that has been a bit more vulnerable with you guys? Yes? Okay. So thank you for the permission. So a few days ago, I was in a small restaurant along Siglap Road, and it suddenly dawned upon me that it took me 20 years of my life to have a clearer picture of the purpose of my life. How many of you have asked yourself, what is the purpose of life? Wow, okay, I see like many hands. So just like you, when I was 17 years old, around your age, I started to ask myself, what is the meaning of life? Because when I was 17, my dad passed away due to cancer, and my world just crumbled. So I started asking myself, what is the purpose of life? So I read a lot of books, but nothing quite gave me an answer. So I started exploring my interests, and at 18 years old, so 1 year later, I took part in a regional acting competition called Star Search. Ooh, you know Star Search? Have you thought of entering the competition? No. Okay, I don't know what gave me the guts to join the competition at 18 years old. I just was very, very curious. So I took part, and guess what? I was the youngest contestant, and I emerged champion. Oh. Thank you. Suddenly the song 我飞得最高最远 comes into my mind. Yeah, that was the title song. So yes, I was champion in the midst of many talented people, older than me, more experienced than me, and I never thought I would become an actress, to be honest. So that started my journey into the entertainment industry. When I started out the first few years, it was a really huge struggle because I had no acting experience, but I felt there were certain expectations on me. So I was given good opportunities, but at 18 or 19, there were some things that I couldn't really grasp, like emotional scenes, breakup scenes, you know. So I felt low and defeated many times because I felt I couldn't reach the expectations of others, like the directors. Sometimes on set, you know, after giving me few takes, I still couldn't nail the emotion, and I would see the director's face, and sometimes they'll be like, okay lah, next scene. And I do not blame them because they've already given me lots of chances. But inside of me, I felt really, really low and really, really lousy. So there were many nights, you know, in my first few years of acting career where I would go home, I'll go to a neighboring 7-Eleven, and I would buy bags and bags, like 2 full plastic bags of potato chips, of ice cream, of just junk food. And then I would bring them back home, lock myself in my room, and then just hide in a corner, and I started eating. I would binge and binge and binge, because I think that kind of satiate how I felt inside, kind of like numb what I'm feeling inside. But after finishing everything, I felt so guilty because maybe as an actress, you shouldn't be eating so much. All these thoughts start coming into my head, and I would try and purge out everything that I ate. So at that point in time, actually, I already have signs of being bulimic. But I do not know who to turn to. So this was a vicious cycle. Thankfully, I started to have some people in the industry that were really kind and encouraging, and till now, I'm still very thankful to them. They spoke words of life into me. They saw things that I didn't even see myself, and things got a little better. But in 2010, at what some people might think it's one of the peak of my career, I had many lead roles. I have many endorsements and a lot of magazine covers. But to be honest, I felt really empty inside. Sometimes I felt like a fraud because I was acting role after role, but I felt I have nothing new to give to what I was doing. So I decided to take a plunge and go back to study. So I went into NUS in 2010, away from my full-time job. And in 2014, something happened. So actually, I really love studying. But 4 years later, I was alone in Shanghai, kind of like a familiar scene, right? Alone in a room at home again. I was flipping TV channels. And suddenly this thought came upon me, and I was like, Felicia, what are you doing here? You shouldn't be here flipping TV channels, but you should be inside, like in the TV program. Stop escaping. Face up to what you are trying to get away from. Then I realized that actually the decision to go back to study was actually a form of escapism for me, because there were some things in the industry that I wasn't very comfortable with, and I didn't really know who to turn to or who to talk to, and basically I didn't know what to do, so I decided to escape, you know. And you can see this kind of habit of me when I find something that I didn't know what to do, I'll choose to escape. So in 2014, I finally made a choice to face up to what I was uncomfortable with. So I decided to go back into acting full-time in 2014. So some people might think it's a very brave decision because I did not complete my studies. But I really feel that from 2014 to 2022, these 7-8 years of my life have been transformational. I felt like the decision to face up to what I was uncomfortable with was something that I really needed to do. And although sometimes these 7-8 years sometimes were a bit painful, a bit tough, but they were really very meaningful years of my life. And it culminated to 2022, me at Siglap Road, suddenly thinking, oh, wow, now I have a clearer picture of the purpose of my life. So what changed? I reflected upon some things, and I realized that actually in life, good things take time. How many of you are in such a hurry to grow up or to be someone? Really? Just two? Okay. Thank you for being honest, okay? So I realized that good things take time. And one of the things that I reflected upon is that actually, to be good at what you do takes time. I realized that I was being too harsh upon myself when I first started acting. I was constantly comparing myself with other people, other actresses or actors, and I was like, why can't I be like them? They are so good. They can do it in one take. How come 5-6 takes later, I still can't do it, you know? Yeah, but I didn't realize that I was just 18 or 19. How can you nail an emotional breakup scene well at such an age? I mean, I haven't really even have many boyfriends yet, so it's the truth, right? There's like, you can do different things at different stages of your life. So I realized that instead of comparing myself to other people, I switched and focused on just trying to be a better version of myself. I have to be honest, it took time. It took like 7 to 8 years of a process to get to a better place where I am now. But some things that I did was, I decided to open up to people who, to just share what I'm feeling inside. So instead of wallowing in darkness in my room when I was 18, I decided to open up to certain people like my now husband who is filming right now. He can't come today. He was here at rehearsals. Yes. And then I shared with him, like, if I felt like I couldn't do a scene, I'll share with him that, oh, I really struggle. I'm very scared. I'm not able to nail this scene. And then he will just, talk to me. I think that helped a lot. And I started embracing that I'm different. I treat acting a bit different from some actors. You can call it method acting, but I prepare slightly differently. Like, there was this army drama that I did recently, so I have not been in army before. So to get myself in the role, I will bring home the army uniform every day. You know, I'll put it in my toilet, and I'll like stare at it sometimes, you know, when I was going in and out, just to get more familiar with it, so that when I wear it on set, it's no longer just something from the wardrobe, but it's something that is like me. I think the difference is that I embraced how different I was from other people, and that helped me. I continued to try and be diligent in learning new ways to prepare my roles. And I think the last few years of people sharing with me about how my acting has improved, certain accolades that I have, is kind of like a testament that what I'm doing is right. And it's still a process. I'm not perfect. I'm not the best actress, but I think I have come to enjoy acting a little bit more instead of being a stressful thing. And secondly, I want to share with you that people take time. I haven't really shared this before in public, but I just felt like this is something I really want to share my heart with you guys, is that I have a struggle with fear. So in 2010, 7-8 years after I started acting, I think I have a panic attack on set. One day, you know, I was asked to have certain ways of acting for a role, and that wasn't what I was super comfortable with, but that was what was demanded. I mean, not demanded, I mean what was needed. And I was struggling and so fearful that I wasn't able to meet up to expectations. And suddenly I felt that immense fear in me just was like up till here, and I was like frozen in fear. And I didn't know what to do, so I called time out, and I went off set. You know, I just squat in the middle of like nowhere, and I was just like trembling, and like I was really fearful. So these few years, I have been reflecting about how I've responded to certain situations in life, and I realized that fear is something that I struggle with, and I think it might even be part of my family genes, because I do observe things like this in my family. So instead of just, you know, shutting it aside or suppressing it, I decided to face it. So in this past few years, I'm thankful that I'm able to know certain mentors. Some of my mentors are here today. Hi, Deans. I'm thankful that I opened up, I had some counseling, certain therapy sessions, and I've also chosen to share about my certain struggles with trusted people and friends around me. I want to share my heart with you, because I also want to tell you that actually it's really not eradicating fear, but up till now, you know, I still struggle. Like a few days ago, you know, I was supposed to practice my TEDx talk, you know, so I have a few hours in the morning to practice, but I woke up and I felt fearful. I woke up feeling like I'm not good enough. I'm like, and I was quite frozen in fear, you know. But because now probably I have a more awareness of how I feel, so I woke up and I decided to wake up my husband. Okay, I just got married, so. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so I woke him up. I was like, oh, Poppy, yeah, I'm like a bit scared. Yeah, I was like, I'm not good enough. And then he was like, oh, 没事的, like, it's okay. You can do it, you know, let's pray. So we prayed, and then, and he encouraged me, of course, and then I found courage within to just start. So I do agree with our previous speakers about, you know, something is just, you need a little courage to just start, instead of thinking you'll get 100 upon 100, you know. So I started. So that's how I'm able to be here, because at that moment, you know, I found that little courage to just start. So I just want to share my heart with you guys that, you know, it's still a process. I'm not perfect. I'm still learning. And last but not least, I feel like failures do not make you a failure. I do not know, like, how many of you think that are very scared of failing, or sometimes think that you're a failure? I mean, it's a hard question to answer, but can I see a show of hands? Thank you for being honest. You know, it's hard, but thank you. I just want to share with you that sometimes as I look back, I remember that once I was in Once an auntie came up to me and said that she likes my acting a lot and all that. And then suddenly she was like, you know, hey, you never finish your studies, right? Then I'm like, yeah. Then she said, it's okay, don't know how to study, it's okay. Then I was like, I wanted to tell the auntie like my story of like, I just felt I should face up to what I was not comfortable with. I can study, I get 4.51, I'm not that bad. But I tried to explain a bit, but auntie's like, it's okay, 不会读书没关系. Like, I was like, So, yeah, so, okay, sometimes, you know, I just want to share that sometimes people might not understand the things that you do. Sometimes you might feel like, you know, having all these fears, you feel like a failure, like, you know, why am I not as steady as someone else, you know? But I'm thankful for what happened in my life. It has been tough, sometimes painful, but I think over the years, I come to know a bit more of who I am and what truly matters to me. So I can stand here now and share with all of you that I think a big part of the purpose of my life is to really to share with young people like you guys that it's okay to struggle. And hopefully I'm able to share some life experiences with you guys and, you know, be an encouragement. I think that's a big purpose of my life. And I just feel like as I reflect, I think there's this common theme of like almost there, you know. My struggle with fears is almost there. It's not 100%, but it's almost there. I'm thankful that I've given myself a bit more time to grow, to unlearn, and also to just heal and restore, and to know that actually good things take time. So I do concur that you guys are also young. I'm so excited for what lies ahead for all of you. And I just hope that you can be a bit kinder to yourself, that you guys are really bright, and I believe that your future shines even brighter. Thank you.